Good evening. Records show 72,000 people have an active arrest warrant in Cook County, half criminal, and about 7,500 tied to domestic violence cases. The issue of the county's criminal warrant backlog gained renewed attention after the murder of Chicago police officer John Bartholomew, allegedly at the hands of a man with an active warrant. Today at a meeting of City Council's Public Safety Committee, various stakeholders weighed in on the warrant backlog and issues concerning electronic monitoring. Alderwoman Silvana Tabares called for today's special meeting, and Alderwoman Tabares, welcome to The Point.
Yes, hi, thank you for having me on your show.
All right, thank you for being here. Did you hear an explanation that you wanted as to why there are more than 70,000 outstanding warrants active in Cook County?
Well, yes, we called this hearing because we wanted to have full transparency on the numbers and the data that is being compiled at the Cook County office. They are not subject to FOIA.
The chief assistant...
And so, unfortunately...
No, please finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, and unfortunately, we invited the chief judge and the sheriff's office, and they declined to show up and send a representative.
And how disappointed were you that the chief judge and sheriff were not at today's meeting?
It's disappointing because the numbers are starting. We have 72,000 warrants. Half of them are criminal. 7,500 of those are for domestic cases. You had a case in Schaumburg where the user killed his victim, and he had an outstanding warrant that took place a month ago. You have four first responders in the past year who have been killed in the line of duty by defendants with criminal warrants. That is unacceptable. That raises a lot of questions. What is going on with our Cook County court system? Residents deserve transparency. They deserve to know how many active warrants they are, how are we serving them, what orders of protection are being served.
A chief assistant to Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke talked about there's no way for law enforcement to know when an electronic monitoring bracelet is taken off or when the batteries die. What was your reaction to that?
Well, we have 4,373 people on the electronic monitoring program. And just recently on WGN with Ben Bradley, Chief Judge said that 8% are AWOL. What does that mean? These are people that are walking freely in our neighborhood. These are people that are coming in. The police are encountering these individuals. Our firefighters are encountering individuals, and they're getting encountered with these people. And so we need public safety for our first responders. We need to be looking at this data. This data is not being FOIA. This is not being FOIA. There's no transparency, and that's what we need. And what we're going to be doing after the city council hearing is that we're going to be taking legislative action. As a former state representative, who worked down in Springfield, it's time to legislate this. It's time to bring the Cook County court system into FOIA compliance.
You've talked a lot about CPD being pulled into making arrests when these warrants are outstanding. What sort of relief do you want for officers? How can the city help?
Well, and today I really want to thank the Chicago Police Department who did attend the hearing, as well as State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke's office. She sent 2 representatives on her behalf to the hearing, and also the public defender. I think what's very interesting that the public needs to know is that the number one arrest for Chicago Police Department are warrants. They take hours for officers off the job. When they take an arrest for a person with a warrant, they are off the beat on responding other 911 calls in their community because they are spending hours on the job trying to address a person with a warrant that they arrested. This is a concern of budget. This is where the Chicago Police Department are arresting people with warrants that the Cook County Sheriff are not addressing.
I got less than a minute left, but the public defender who you mentioned was there, Sharon Mitchell, called for greater investment in the notification system and some resources to help people make their court dates. Is that something you would support?
What I support is that we need to be updating the leads database system with the short form notifications. My understanding after this hearing is that when a Chicago police officer does a short form notification, that the sheriff's office is not updating it on a timely manner. There is no timeline or 48 hours or 72 hours when the sheriff department is updating the leads. What does that mean? That our police department are confronting people with outstanding orders of protection, that the sheriff's office is not serving these individuals, and our police officers are encountering these individuals when they do a traffic stop. They do a short form notification and it's not being updated in the leads.
All right, Alderwoman Savannah Tavares, thank you so much for your time tonight. Appreciate it. We're back in 60 seconds.